Rare find, front living room used fifth wheel. Available here right now at HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. Well, at the time of this filming. If you want to see if it's still available, I leave folks on YouTube a link in the video description that says check for price and availability. One click away from seeing if we still have it in stock. You know, asking price and whatever specs we're able to dig up. Sometimes used specs are a little trickier to dig up than new ones. She weighs 12.3. Plan your tow vehicle accordingly. A good 3/4 ton should handle this though. There's good history behind this one. This is not here because there's problems, or this is here because the folks just simply didn't need her anymore. The fella that owned this previously, he liked to go up to you know, like Canada and do fishing trips and stuff like that. But they also liked going south and having excursions, you know. So these folks were seasonal snowbirds, sunbirds, did everything. When he went hunting and fishing up north, he wanted something where the wife could come with him and live in comfort. So, you know, this Montana satisfied all of those needs with the seasonality and the comfortable living space and everything. The only reason they don't really need it or want it anymore is because they bought a house in Naples, Florida, and just didn't need the fifth wheel any longer. So this is kind of what I would call a fire sale, where everything must go. This sucker is loaded with a couple grand worth of accessories. Wheel covers, full RV cover is in here. That's part of the reason the gel coat on this thing still looks so good. Even in the shade, you can actually still see good reflectivity on it. We've got a Winegard satellite in here. If you start looking a little deeper, you've got your little sewer hose caterpillar, which helps the hose run downhill consistently. We've got a fifth wheel tripod. I'm not joking. There's a couple grand worth of stuff included with this thing. You know, that is not additional money. Stuff that you'd probably want or need anyway is already here. So if you've never had an RV, not only is the used price tag going to be your friend, but just the fact that all the stuff that's left over in here is your best friend too. We have both a MORryde pin box and suspension on this. That gives this thing a smoother ride going down the road. It helps cut out some of that herky-jerkiness so you don't get motion sick in the vehicle going down the road, and you don't get, you know, tossed around inside of it. I love this big storage under the bed, and down here you see both a electric cable, of course, but also that extension cable. That's why there's two coils right there. Extra water filters. I see like 50 to 30 reducers. I see power surge protectors. This sucker is ready to go. Now, it has spent a little time stored outside recently. If I'm gonna just be nitpicky, it needs a surface hose bath. And friends, that is it. That is the extent of what this one needs. So if you're looking to upgrade to a fifth wheel, or you've never had an RV, or you want something to take park somewhere, I mean, this could serve a lot of different purposes. It's late. Here's the other thing. This is new enough that it still qualifies potentially for same as new RV financing. That can depend on situation to situation. So if you're curious about that, give us a call and we'll see what we can come up with for you. Front and rear caps, we've got the ladder on the back. There's actually a 2-inch receiver on the back for bike racks and things like that. 0 to 100 degree rated. Montana's been that way since 2005 and counting. And this is actually the front living room model that influenced so much of the industry. 2012 is when front living fifth wheels came back. They've come and gone, and they've never been really successful in the industry until now. And this is the one that made that happen. This is the one that so many other brands actually copied off of. I know, because in 2012, I was not yet a Montana dealer like we are today. But the brands that we did carry, they hard carbon copy cloned this thing. But there's something to be said for the original, isn't there, ladies and gentlemen? Bigger entry doors and taller entry doors is something that I like on Montana's. I can stand in the entry door of Montana without hitting my head. That's very, very different. 4 steps, front and rear, easy access. I tell the good with the bad. The only hiccup with a front living room is you have reduced pass-through storage. And someone goes, why is that? Well, think about it. This is a front living room. How many rooms are upstairs? Just the living room. In a normal fifth wheel, how many rooms are upstairs? 2. Bedroom, bathroom. that means more space down here for pass-through storage. That's why front living rooms just don't have quite as much outside storage. You're trading inside living space for outside storage. Everything's a trade-off. You're not losing, you're trading. The inside looks just as good as the outside. They did a fantastic job keeping up on this. And if this doesn't tell you the type of people they were, nothing will. Oh my Lord. Not only are all the owner's manuals present and accounted for, they're actually broken down and categorized in here. Even the smoke detector has its own. Oh my Lord. The tripod you saw up front. Everything you want to know about is in one location, all categorized where it's easy to access and get through. Pardon me. Coming off the tail end of a good old Michigan head cold, and I'm still coughing out the rest of it. So, main deck, bottom deck, if you will, middle kitchen, it's pretty much the way a front living room has to be, but this is something I wanted to talk about. And this right here, these are the details in a Montana RV. Stuff like this is why we enjoy carrying the Montana RVs at Haylett's. This little entry hutch folds down. This can quickly become an office desk. You see how that could become a desk for you very quickly and easily. So this could be like a mobile office workstation. And when you're done, when the work's all done, fold it away, put it away, take care of it, and the work all goes away. I love that. I love the clean look of this. It's a transformer. There's more than meets the eye here. And I also like a little jacket closet right when you walk in the door. There's a reason Montana RVs are and have been the #1 selling big fifth wheel, luxury fifth wheel on the market for I don't even know, 14 straight years now. It's absurd. Montana's existed for 2 years. They became the #1 selling fifth wheel, and they never let go of that title ever since. Stuff like this, the vaulted ceiling upstairs here. Well, the whole coach has a vaulted ceiling, but it's obvious up here because you see that piece of wood where it gets taller right there. That's how much more structure space you have with the Montana. Now, look at this. The big fan upstairs, heat rises. Well, this is one of the tallest points of the coach, so this is one of the best points to exhaust all that heat. Plus, with all these windows, you have 6 windows upstairs, 3 on each slide out for cross breeze. It really opens up and freshens up in here. This opens up into a sleeper. The sofa behind me opens into a sleeper. Perfect little L-shaped lounge napping couch. And this is something the folks at Aftermarket, just a nice little footstool to be able to kick their feet up. Because when you're sitting here lounging with your feet up, you're on Boardwalk and Park Place enjoying the perfect entertainment center. And that TV does swing out and kick around so that you have easy viewing, no neck crank. That's why you see the transit locked down on that right there. Electric space heating fireplace down below so that we have some, nice way to keep your feet warm and toasty without kicking on the furnace and burning up your propane. It's very nice in the spring and the fall. Another thing I've noticed, a little difference, if you are going to use this as a sleeper, they actually included a nice little privacy partition here. Now, it's nothing fancy necessarily, just a little accordion wall, but it folds back out of the way. It's out of sight, out of mind when you don't want it, but when you do need it, it does provide a nice private upstairs suite up here. That was a very nice, again, no one does touches better than Montana. That's why we carry them here at HaylettRV, because these things are awesome. Again, downstairs lower deck with huge windows right when you walk in. Lots of light. And the table looks brand new because they even put a little tablecloth on it so it wouldn't get scarred up or dinged up or anything. Above here, we got a little, fair-sized actually. A little isn't fair to say. Residential light and ceiling fan for awesome airflow so you can keep things moving around here. Centralized vacuum cleaner right down where it's easy to access. True Corian countertops with a nice bank of counter space. Now notice, there's no kitchen slide right here. That's because the kitchen slides this way, not that way. What that left was a completely unobstructed patio awning. You get an awesome patio space with this one. And these big, tall cabinets, they provide no shortage of storage. Neither do these down here. And I even like how this kitchen counter extension, you see it's strutted, so it's easy lift and lock in place. They've just done a monster job in this. By the way, 12 cubic foot, 4-door, gas electric refrigerator freezer. This is a traveler's friendly fridge freezer. You know, you didn't see a lot of electric onlys in 2012. Now this looks deceptive because you're like, oh, they went with a cheap plastic sink here. Nope. You gotta look close. If you run your finger across this, you see that it's actually completely seamless. This is a one-piece molded countertop and sink. That's an easily missed feature. Let me close this door behind me, pardon me. Now we're in the lower deck of the fifth wheel. It's tall. You got an awesome Max Air fan up here, or Fantastic Fan, or whatever name you want to apply to it. There's different brand names, but they kind of do the same thing. The big fan. Problem is, that's really high, because we're in the lower deck of the fifth wheel now. So, Montana said, no problem, I'll put a wall controller right there by the door, right where you want it. Now, this extra little linen space and like toilet paper space here, that's awesome. In and of itself, I think that's awesome that they included that. But, when you start looking around the bathroom, you look over here, and you go, OMG, look at this thing, Margaret. Well, they put in this stackable possible washer-dryer closet right here, and if you don't need it, no problem. You can see that it's perfect for things like brooms. The people put a laundry hamper in there. There's no such thing as too much storage. You will always find something to do with this space, and I love that all the components, you know, for the central vac, they kept those all collected in one spot. They didn't let stuff get, you know, tossed around. Now, generally speaking, the RV could use like a quick dusting, but that's why it's here, because they weren't using it. So, oh, here's another thing. A lot of new front living rooms, the second entry door goes straight into the bedroom. So it doesn't give you any privacy. This is a direct entry to the bathroom, and that is uncommon. A lot of front living rooms don't have that anymore. It's kind of it's one of those things that I think, generally speaking, front living rooms have improved overall, but that is one area that these original front living rooms, the first generations here of the current age, just absolutely knocked out of the park. By the way, this is 50 amp service. It does have 2 airs installed. You have twin factory installed central air conditioners, not an aftermarket drop-in air, but twin double ducted AC units. You can turn this thing into an ice box if you want. Full on 70 by 80 true king bed. It's so big I can't really get a good look at it in just the camera. But again, Montana never leaves a detail left out. Little side stands next to each side of the bed for a perfect little phone charger. Or they now make smaller traveler-friendly CPAPs, folks. You should look into those if you need one or you know, haven't looked into that. Now this is a just amazing pure storage, just closet slide out. Now the TV is mounted high. And you're looking at it like, oh, that is odd looking. But it's not when you lay down. When you lay down, check that out. It's suddenly the easiest looking TV you've ever seen. No neck stress. Even in the bedroom. That is something almost no manufacturer takes into account, is neck stress from a bed viewing scenario. But then again, not everyone's been the #1 selling big fifth wheel for 14 straight years like Montana has. So, you know, what, 9 huge dresser drawers, 3-place massive closet. This floor plan has a lot of good stuff going on. If you like what you see here, if you check the link in the video description and you see the HaylettRV website and you discover that unfortunately this one's already sold, which at the time of this filming, we're actually going through our biggest sale of the year, our big anniversary sale. That's part of the reason the folks brought it out and said, man, you're going to get a lot of exposure. I want this thing out there. I don't think this is going to last very long. Case in point, the other big front living room fifth wheel that we had out here last week on brokerage was only here for 2 days, and that's because it took someone the second day just to drive here to get it. It was sold the day that it was listed. Chances are this is going to be sold by the time most people watch this video. If you check the link in the video description, you can see what other used fifth wheels we have, and through that link you can also see, you know, the other maybe Keystone front living rooms that we have, because we do have, I mean, we have Cougars and Montanas and everything else. We can take care of you here, guys. If this is in stock, jump on it fast. Definitely recommend. And remember, we only do everything at HaylettRV: hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, etc. RV delivery, truck and trailer package deals, doesn't matter what it is. This is here on consignment, but we still take trades. We still do everything for you guys. We are fully equipped and ready to meet you, and we look forward to it. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.